All right, so where do we stand now in the U.S. a year later? For more on the chaotic withdrawal is founder of the Special Operations Association of America, Daniel Elkins. Daniel, there's even a report out, I believe it's from the Republicans on House Foreign Affairs Committee. They're threatening to subpoena the State Department over what the Biden administration has done or not done related to this. What's your insight into that? And give us a little background so we know what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my story in Afghanistan starts when I was deployed there as a special operations guy on the ground, and I had the privilege of working alongside our Afghan allies, and I really saw the value that they had in saving American lives on and off the battlefield. So, when I witnessed the events of last year, my heart was filled with compassion, much like many of veterans from Afghanistan, and we knew we had to do something.
Wow. And I know when we were watching Alex's package there, you were watching the footage, and you just said it makes you so angry to see that. What makes you so angry specifically?
Yeah, I think it's the botched withdrawal. Like, look, this withdrawal was pre-coordinated, planned, and imminent. So what we need is accountability and transparency on this issue. And I think that's what the House Foreign Affairs Committee report is aiming to do. It's to shed some light on this and answer questions. One of the things that we learn in the special operations is a phrase called always be improving. But you can't improve if you have amnesia and forget the events of the past. You have to look at them and own mistakes in order to improve going forward. And that's what this country needs.
Yeah.
A year ago, President Biden defended the way the administration pulled out of Afghanistan, saying he had no way to do it without causing chaos. Here's what he said.
The idea that somehow there's a way to have gotten out without chaos ensuing, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happened.
So for you, that was always priced into the decision?
Yes.
13 service members. Did that have to happen?
That absolutely did not have to happen. And I think that is why we agree with the authority given to Congress to provide oversight and call senior leaders from the administration to ask them tough questions, because it's the right thing to do for the American population. It's something that we need to do for the veterans that served over the last 20 years. And it means a lot to the families and the close friends of the 13 service members that lost their lives.
Yeah, and Daniel, you are the founder of the Special Operations Association of America. Just tell us a little bit about exactly what that organization does and what you're still doing right now.
Absolutely. We are a nonprofit organization that represents and advocates for the amazing men and women of this community in uniform and out of uniform. So we have ongoing efforts in Afghanistan. Last year, we were successful in helping evacuate 5,000 people.
Wow.
From Kabul airport and from the rest of the country who are now resettled here and in other countries around the world. And we have ongoing humanitarian efforts in Ukraine and elsewhere, as well as engaging on Capitol Hill.
If people want to get involved or want to help you financially, what do they need to do? Where do they go?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Our website, SOAA.org, so www.soaa.org.
And you didn't ask us to do that. We just know that
we were inspired in the
do you have any idea how many Americans are still over in Afghanistan who want to get out?
See, that's an interesting delineation that I think is worth having a conversation about. I was actually talking earlier today about this, and I'm tracking around 100 Americans that are still in Afghanistan, but many of whom want to remain there because they are currently with family members. So that is something that is an ongoing thing that we have to continue to address.
Yeah, and Daniel, just a few seconds left, but before we let you go, for those people who you have rescued, who do desperately want to get out of Afghanistan, what are their reactions to you when you get them out? What are those moments like?
It is one of the most fulfilling things that I have experienced in my entire life, and it is something that was forged in the field of battle, and we owe it to them to honor our promise.
Do you see them get together with their families?
We do, yeah. There are a few that have.
What's that like?
Oh my gosh, it's delightful. And I don't know if you've ever had Afghan food, but if you haven't, you ought to try it.
Well, I have not, and I would love to, but I'm not sure I want it in Afghanistan.
Are there vegetarian options?
There are.
Okay.
A lot of goat, though, I'm guessing.
That is correct.
Because I did go over to Iraq, and that was on their standard fare as well. Thank you so much, and thank you for the work that you're doing and for shedding light on what's going on over there. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Daniel.